To everybody who's been liking the videos so far, we thank y'all. You guys liking the videos has kind of helped us start to grow the channel even more, so we appreciate it. To those who have not, please, we ask you, hit the like button before you even watch this video. It helps us grow the channel, helps people learn about us, and allows us to make more great content like this. So that's all we got. Thank you for helping us grow this channel. Hit the like button right now, and on with the show. And all right, folks. Super duty tough work.
Super duty.
We are here again, back in the building with the crispy audio, crispy video, and in color.
Yeah, live and direct.
For everybody who been at home, peeping the movements, formulas and whatnot. And so, as many of y'all know, we just coming out of this 90 days of discipline challenge. And on New Year's, we got suited and booted and did the 90 days of discipline results show. Classic for all our callers who called in. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
And so now we have moved into the next phase. And the next phase is a phase that most people won't admit happens, but we will. And the phase is comfort.
Chill face.
Do nothing face.
Especially with this being my birthday week, man. I don't feel like, that's why I had to give myself some shit to do this week.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I wouldn't have been doing not a damn thing. No expectations from my wife. You know what I'm saying? She let me chill. I'm like, I gotta fucking do something.
Yeah, bruh.
Been chilling hard.
People don't know. Like the price of being ambitious and doing something is that you always gonna have this period after you get done where you are not productive.
Yep.
And for me, it's real extreme. I have these extreme months of productivity, and then I'll have a month of not doing shit.
Yeah,
because I went so hard on it. And in small spurts, as long as you have your routine back and a discipline in place, it's easy to get back on track, right? So, and if anything, this podcast has shown our listeners is that like having a little bit of discipline every day goes a long way, right? But everybody is not in that place. So everybody can't necessarily, create the discipline that stops them from getting so comfortable that they're still productive.
Right.
And so this episode is why you should never get comfortable. And, we are struggling with this right now.
Yes, we are.
Your boys is comfortable. We chilling like a mug. And we're going to tell you how to stay uncomfortable in this episode. And we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Word.
We got you stuck off the realness, the most infamous, you heard of us. Official podcast murderers, the show comes equipped with viewpoints to share. Grown man ideas for all those who care and want to grow, so go ahead and download. Every single week with a brand new episode. You're not alone in this world, cousin, so we share information and honest discussion and keep repping a culture like we supposed to. They spread gossip, but they never come close to. I can hear it inside their tone. They talk about the industry, but never left their home. You get laced up with bullet points and such, plus empowering topics that they never would touch. You can put your whole network against the team, but Super Duty Tough Work's the MVP. Most valuable podcast on MP3. Priceless info, but all of it's free. So take these words home and think them through. Super Duty Tough Work is coming at you. You are now listening to Super Duty Tough Work with your host, Blueprint. Raw and uncut. Adult conversations. No shucking, no jiving, and no bullshit.
All right. We back.
Yep.
Super Duty Tough Work. Printnificence. Illogic. Talking about why you should never get comfortable. And so we're going to give y'all some jewels, things that we picked up over the years that will stop you from being as lazy as we are being right now.
Right.
The last 2 weeks. Really this month has just been.
Yeah, it's been longer than 2 weeks for me.
Yeah.
I have to admit.
I'm like, since the New Year's episode, I've been like, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
That was the last joint where I was going hard.
That's why I had to announce, like, Beats and B-Sides is coming back in a couple weeks. Now I gotta stick to it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be accountable because I told the people.
Brothers is comfortable. We get
chilling.
So here's the number one tip. The number one tip, to stay uncomfortable, is to always have a secondary goal or follow-up plan. Goal, I should say. That means, like, one of the reasons that people are able to stay unproductive for so long when they get comfortable is that they never had a follow-up thing. Their whole plan was, I need that thing. I need to make this amount of money. I'm going to make this album. I'm going to, I'm going to learn this skill. I'm going to get this degree.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens is, as soon as they get it, they enjoy it and celebrate that place where they got it, but they never planned beyond that.
Yeah.
And you got to understand that most goals that you achieve are set up so that when you achieve them, your life gets better.
Right.
So you naturally, as you achieve more, your life gets better. You get more comfortable.
Right.
It's a dichotomy. It's crazy.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Like, I want to achieve, but the more I do, the more comfortable I get, and the more I will have to fight this getting too comfortable.
Right.
It's crazy. And so what has to happen for you to avoid that feeling is that you literally have to be like, I have to think 2 steps ahead all the time.
Right. So you're never satisfied. Never be satisfied.
Yeah, because once you fall into the 1 step at a time thing, you're not truly thinking long term. Your eyes are only fixed on one piece. And sometimes that one piece, especially if you've been doing whatever you do for a while, it might not even be that crazy of a goal or that hard to achieve. It just might have taken discipline.
Right.
You get your discipline down, you knock out that goal, and then you just abandon the skills you learned that made you more disciplined. You're not as hungry because you got it. And then you just chilling for weeks, months, years, eating off the fruits of that. And then something mysteriously happens and wakes you up and you're like, damn, I've been chilling too long.
Yeah, it's been 6 months.
6 months, what the fuck's going on?
I ain't made a beat. I ain't wrote a rhyme. I ain't done nothing.
And time flies, man.
Yeah, especially now.
Yeah. We're in one of the weirdest time vortexes ever. Where like so little is happening, but time is flying.
Right.
Because every day feels kind of the same.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
but usually when things feel the same, it feels like time is moving slow. But now it's like, damn, fool's this COVID shit been hitting for damn near a year already.
Yeah.
Whole year gone. What did I do in that year?
Yeah.
You you got the additional issue of some people now working at home, which makes you you're liable to get even more comfortable than you would working in a remote place.
Right. Yeah, because you're not moving. You don't have to get up early. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to get up and get dressed and plan, what you're doing for the day. You're routing to work. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff. You just, go downstairs and sit at the kitchen table.
Right. Ain't even got to put on no clothes if depending on your job.
Come on, bro. I done worked in pajamas many a day this year.
I already know, man. That's the challenge, man. I think I told you like several months back, like it might only been 6-8 months ago, right around the time this thing started. I had to change and force myself to get dressed every day.
Yeah, because you ain't have to. You wasn't going nowhere.
Nope.
Nothing open.
Nope. For years, I was just like, I'm not tripping because I didn't feel I need to get dressed because I would get dressed when I went somewhere.
Right.
And then when the whole go somewhere thing kind of got taken away, I'm like, I'm over here looking like a bum.
Yeah, shorts, t-shirt, you know what I'm saying?
Looking crazy. Same shit on for days on end.
Yep.
Barely showering.
Right.
Funky than the motherfucker. Nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, dude, you got to start getting dressed.
Yeah.
Put on something, anything. Just wake up, shower, get dressed as if you have somewhere to go and go work. And that's because it's such a challenge now. And, you know, and now I think it's more challenging than it's ever been. And so don't get comfortable. Don't even get comfortable with this shit that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because this shit can fucking change.
Right.
You know? And so that's number one. Number one is to always have a secondary goal, a follow-up goal. Now, me, I will say that I do have a calendar, you know, in my office. You know, that's where I think the dry erase board comes in.
Yeah, that's why I got me one now.
Yeah.
You know, got me a couple through the house.
Welcome to the club,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm there.
Dry erase crew in the house, you know.
You know what, bro? Like, on some real shit, like the last couple weeks, I turned that bitch around so I have to look at it. That's
hilarious. You was hiding from your dry erase board.
I was hiding from a dry erase board like, nope, I ain't doing shit. I don't even want to be reminded that I got shit I want to do. I just want to do nothing for a couple weeks.
That's hilarious.
Straight up turned them all around. Yeah.
Yo, that's wild funny. Like, yo, I want to see you. Let me turn this around. I don't want you barking the orders at me over here, telling me what needs to be done. Yo, that's real. That's so real. That's so real, man. But yeah, that you gotta at least have it so you know.
Right.
And so you can think 2 steps ahead, you know? But yeah, I feel that. So let's talk about number 2 way to stay uncomfortable is to be appreciative, but not satisfied.
Yes.
I'm going to say that again. Be appreciative, but not satisfied. What does that mean, Blueprint, you may ask? That means that when you achieve something, celebrate it.
Mm-hmm.
When you get something, enjoy it. Be appreciative of everything that you have and everything you've received from the hard work that you've put in. But never get satisfied with it.
All right.
The moment you get satisfied, to get satisfied is to say, I got it. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah. I achieved my goal. I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm good.
Yeah. This is the curse of a lot of people as it comes to education. You know, some people, they go to high school and they be like, oh, I got my degree. That's it. I got my high school diploma. They have this some people go to college, same thing. They think that going to school to secondary school for 4 years or university for 4 years, they no longer have to learn after that.
Right.
They're satisfied with getting their degree. They're satisfied with getting their high school diploma. And you got to appreciate it, but don't just sit there like, in that 4 years, they taught me everything that I will ever need to know about life.
Right. That's a lie.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
And I was an information systems guy. That shit changes every year.
Mm-hmm.
Rapidly changing field. You can't have that I'm satisfied approach. I mean, we're music guys. Look at how much music production has changed in the last 10 years. Look how much video production has changed. What we're doing right now, recording this podcast, sounding and looking like we're in the same room, was a dream 10 years ago.
Facts.
5 years ago, you probably couldn't do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's one of those things where you have to stay focused enough on your goals to set them, to achieve them, to celebrate them, but never get it fucked up and get satisfied like this is it.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you do, then you'll never really get to where you want to go. Because nobody has a goal to say, oh, I just want to do this, you know, and you 30 years old and you achieve that. And it's like, all right, I don't need to do nothing else with the rest of my life. Right. Like nobody has that. Right. Nobody, even cats that make it to the NFL, it's like, all right, I'm in the NFL. Now I want to win a Super Bowl. Now I want to win an NFC championship. Now I want to be the MVP. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like it's always something else, you know, even like cats that are football fans. Like there was a question because they were talking to Tom Brady and asked him like, you know, what's the sweetest Super Bowl that you've won in your career? And he said the next one. You know what I'm saying? Like never being
Nice.
satisfied. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
never being satisfied. Like, yeah, I won 6, but the next one's going to be better than the 6th one. The 7th is going to be better. You know what I'm saying? The 8th is going to be better. Always having that mindset that no matter what, no matter how many times I done won MVP, no matter how many championships I got, I'm going for the next one. The next one's going to be even sweeter because I know it gets more difficult. You know what I'm saying? And I be more proud the more work that I put in.
Yeah.
That I got number 7. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And when I heard that, I was like, that's a dope fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you the GOAT.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady is the GOAT. And it's like the next one, word, you 45 years old, nigga.
Yeah. That's winner shit.
You know? That's winner.
Real winner shit. A lot of people don't understand that mentality, you know, and from afar to them, they'll look like maybe he's not being appreciative of it. He is living in the moment like a mug. Like he's like, I ain't living in the past. I ain't sweating the future. It's right now.
Yep.
Right now. That's the one that's most important. Let me get this one this year.
Yeah.
That'll be the one that feels the best because I'm not satisfied. Yeah, that mentality is amazing, man.
Yeah.
But you don't find it with a lot of people. You know, like a lot of people they're about that goal. And, you know, this is really true for some people when you think about, you know, relationships, you know, the mentality of the relationship for many people is like, I just want to get with that person. I just want to be her man or the woman. I just want to be his woman.
Yeah.
And whatever capacity that is, they get satisfied. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, don't get satisfied.
That's when the real work began. Once you actually in the relationship, once you got them, then you really got to put some work in because you got to keep them interested and you got to stay interested at the same time.
Thank you.
You know,
they're mistaking the beginning for the ending of the process.
Right.
You know, it's like, nah, getting with them is not the end. That's not story over right off into the sunset. Nah, the sunset is now the beginning of your story.
Yeah.
And you have to be very appreciative of what you got, but do not get satisfied because everybody has expectations and other people have goals for their relationships as well. They want growth. They want some interested. And it's actually very appealing, whether it's creatively or in a relationship, to see someone never be satisfied and continue to evolve and do what they do. Women like that, dudes like that. Everyone likes to see the opposite sex continue to improve and evolve. And I think we would all be well served to do that shit.
Yeah,
so that's number 2. All right, we'll do number 3. Way to stay uncomfortable is to hang around hungry people.
Yeah.
A lot of
That's a big one.
That's a big one. It's a very big one as you get a little older. You know, like when you're young, it's easy to do that shit, right? Because it's very clear because it's like you got more free time. You're around people at the beginning of their careers, right? Like we've been established in doing this shit long enough to where our best friends are already successful.
Right.
They not sleeping on couches like they was
right
in 99 and 2002. And so as you become more successful and you do this longer, you tend to hang around people who are more established and they're not hustling like the people who are just hungry and trying to get it. It's a different mentality. And sometimes the longer you do it, the more successful you are, the more you have to make a conscious effort to be around other hungry motherfuckers.
Yes, that saying, if you the most successful person in the room, then you in the wrong room. You know what I'm saying? Like you always got to be around because it doesn't benefit you to hang around people you can't learn from.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't benefit you to be around people that you're more successful than because then you have nothing to shoot for.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's okay to be there every now and then and be that dude that's, you know, giving people jewels, but you can't stay in that room too long because then you get comfortable.
Yep.
Then you get complacent. You know what I'm saying? You got to always be in that room where you striving to be, you know, Jeff Bezos. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you want to be in the room with him. You know what I mean? In the room with Bill Gates. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be in the room with your next door neighbor that got a smaller house than you.
No.
You know?
Not if you're trying to get to the big joint.
Right.
One thing I think stops people from doing this, from being around other hungry people, is ego. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like
Or fear.
Yeah. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you have to be willing to look at other hungry people like, yo, they got something.
Mm-hmm.
They got something they can teach me. Their
Right.
energy, their effort is something that I can learn from and be inspired by. It's easy when you have a humble approach, but once you think you know everything, you be looking down at up and comers
Right.
as if like that shit is foreign to you. Like, I ain't trying to be doing what y'all doing. Y'all, you know, I'm already established. You know, it's like I've told the story about when I went to Europe. I think I told it on here. When I was over there with some artists and we was basically broke.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got paid at the beginning of the tour. We got paid $400 for a month. And the money was so tight. They just gave it to us the first day we got there. Like, here's your 400.
Yeah.
You know, and it was
Have a great tour.
but yeah, you're not gonna get paid every night. You're not gonna get paid at all. Numbers are crunched. Here it is. We got your rooms, your travel, all this is handled, right? And so I went into hustle mode. Other dudes on the tour went into panic and complain mode.
Mm-hmm.
They were just like, oh man, sitting there I'm listening to them call back home and complain to their families and girls and shit. And I'm sitting there on the internet like, how can I make some money out this motherfucker?
Yeah.
What do I have that I can make money? Can I do some beats or some features? Can I sell some merch? Can I get on some shows? So one of the our tour manager, she was like, yo, I also manage DITC and they're playing at this festival. Y'all don't have no show for the next 3-4 days. So why don't y'all roll over there with us? And you know, they got these record stores there and you can see if they want to buy some of y'all merch and hang out and catch the festival and watch DITC play and all this other shit. And and she said, I got a friend who got a record store there. He's gonna have a big booth and they'll have a mic and shit set up. If you want to rock a couple songs or some verses and sell some shit, you probably can do that. I was like,
Bet.
let's
Sign me up.
right. Like you tell a broke rapper like me that I'm on it. I'm like, man, I got verses. I got some, you know how me and you be having just unreleased songs of just 32 bar verses and 64 bar verses. And so I just had mad bars.
Mm-hmm.
So she asked me, I'm like, yep. I said, tell him I'll do it. She asked the other two cats on tour. Nah, I don't be rapping on public and on no record stores like that. This is me. That's not going to be a good look for me and my image and my brand. You know what I mean?
And what about your pockets? How your pockets think that look?
Right. Your pockets is looking very bad. You know what I'm saying? Your brand is nah.
Yeah.
Go get that money. You know what I mean? So I went over there and I met the owner of the store. He probably bought a couple copies of my merch. You know what I mean? Then, you know, they gave me a mic. Our DJ who was on the tour DJ for me. He was on the decks. And as soon as people would come out, the walkway, there was this walkway with all these vendors right outside the big stage. So anytime a big act played there, hundreds of people, 1,000 people would walk by this booth.
Oh, yeah.
So I started timing it. I was like, oh, this last song? Soon as DJ, you know what I mean? Come on, give me the jiggas. As soon as that last song hit on that big stage, I had him hit me with the jiggas. We picked out all the illest DJ Premier instrumentals, you know.
Yeah.
Because I had to win. I wasn't taking no chances.
Right.
And I had like 6 or 7 verses that I had already picked out. And this is 24 bars. Okay, this song is 48. Oh, this is 64. Man, look. Soon as people was walking, I would be rapping the whole time. Like, imagine walking down the... She like, yo, this dude is still rhyming. Dog, I was rapping my ass off. 5 people came around the booth. 10, 20. Next thing you got 30, 40 people. All at the entrance of the booth. Watching me rhyme. And it was like another show in of itself. Got done. Hey, I got some merch if y'all like to buy some CDs. Boom. €100.
Yeah.
Your man's is cooking now.
Right.
Do it one more time, make another 50, €60. Okay, your man's is cooking now. Now, mind you, I only had $400, which is probably at that time only about €300 for the whole trip.
Yeah.
And so the moral of the story is like, yo, man, you got to be around hungry people, man. If I'd have listened to them fools, I wouldn't have made nothing. I'd have been complaining like them.
Yeah.
That wasn't no money out here. I'm broke. These promoters ain't paying us enough. And she giving us opportunities to get money on our own. She gave me an opportunity to go fix my own fucking plate. So I went and fixed my own fucking plate.
Yeah.
And he's doing
It
ate.
Yeah.
I was up there with this grocery store. I'm in there eating all kind of nice shit in the hotel. Like, oh, fellas, we good now. Your man's, you know what I mean? Hey, you good? You got this main 160 on the table today. You know, that was like damn near 50% of what I was getting paid for the whole month.
Crazy.
One show, you know, so she was throwing us looks like that. And those who were not hungry were missing out. And I think it's because they were in this whole thing worried about their brand, not around people who were hungry enough. Because what I did was no different from what you would do.
Mm-hmm.
It was no different from what 90% of people we came up would do. But we hang around hungry people enough to know how to get it. Now,
did they change their mindset by the end of the tour, seeing you getting money?
Nope.
Shit.
No.
If I would have skipped that first opportunity and saw you came back with a couple hundred, I'd be like, oh shit, let me get on this. Let me get a piece of that.
That's what the average person would do.
Right.
Dog, this whole tour was like that because there were times when so the guy who was headlining the tour, he was like, he didn't want to do the same thing. So I'm like, hey man, it's only 3 of us. We ain't got no merch person. I said, so I'm going to set up and sell merch from the time we get here. And if you want me to watch your merch while you on stage, I'll watch your merch so that you can make some money while you up there and catch the people after you get done. And if you'll do the same for me, then we can cover the table, me, you, and the third act. You know what I'm saying? And everybody gets to make money as long as somebody's sitting here. And he's like, oh, nah. I don't want to be sitting at no table. He was like, my fans come up to me directly after the show.
Wow.
I
think I remember this.
I'll probably tell you.
I'll ask the name off air, but I think I remember this.
He shall not be named on this podcast.
I think I remember you telling me this. Yeah.
Every show, I'll be like, hey man, you want to come up? Nah.
Yeah.
And so what would happen is he was assuming that people were going to stick around to the end of his set and go and wait at the end of the stage for him to pack up all of his shit for the festival to be over and then buy some shit off of him out of his book bag. By then, I done got all the money in the room.
Right.
I've been selling merch for 3 hours at that point.
Yeah.
I got all the money from his fans, my fans, random people. But they wouldn't change.
Yeah.
They weren't hungry. They were comfortable. He was comfortable playing in that slot and being billed as the headliner.
Yeah.
I was hungry.
Well, that's all he needed.
That was it. That was it. So that's number 3. We'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Word.
While I got y'all here, let me remind y'all about a few things we got back in stock on weightless.net right now. First being the King No Crown movie DVD. This is a double DVD, deluxe DVD. One DVD, first DVD is the movie. Second is all the extra features. That's back in stock. It was out of stock for a while. This is my first movie. Came out in 2017. Free version, which is the clean versions on YouTube. This is the unedited version, dirty version, I guess if you will, which is available now on weightless.net. Other thing, 10 Traits of Successful Hip Hop Artists. This book came out about 2 to 3 months ago. So my latest book. This book breaks down the habits, the traits that you see across some of the dopest artists in hip hop. This is my 4th book. And so far, it's been my most successful, amazing feedback on it. This book is here. If you missed out the first time, it's like $14 on the store plus shipping. We got deals that come with bookmarks with it, free stickers, autographs, all of that stuff on weightless.net. That's in stock. Other thing, more importantly, we've reissued the Two-Headed Monster vinyl. This vinyl is it was red on the first pressing. This next pressing is yellow. This is just now hitting. So if you haven't got it, head to weightless.net and get it. Sold out the first time in like 2-3 months.
It's doing pretty good this time, but get it if you missed it the first time. It's on yellow vinyl. Comes with a download card. Also being restocked, has been reimpressed, is the Two-Headed Monster vinyl right here. Clear vinyl. Two-Headed Monster album. Same thing. It sold out pretty fast in 2018. So we just repressed it here. But you can get that at weightless.net. And there's prices, special bundle prices for all of this stuff. Now, what's already been in stock, which you probably already have if you don't, just so you don't know, Kingno Crown. Kingno Crown vinyl. It's red vinyl. Kingno Crown is double vinyl, though. 2 pieces is a double vinyl. But yeah, that's here. That's the record with Persevere on it. Dope record. Great Ideas Never Dies on this record as well. But that's here. And then last thing, which some of you may have or may not, is Vigilante Genesis EP, which is me and Aesop Rock on the production. This is available on vinyl too. But this one is blue vinyl. I ain't gonna open this up just to show you blue vinyl. Trust me, it's blue. But this comes with all the vocal tracks on one side and the instrumentals, which are produced by Aesop Rock on the B side. So that's it. If you got this stuff already, thank you. If you don't, if you want to support, go to weightless.net. Pick up your copy of any of these things on vinyl, any of the books, the movie. We have apparel as well. And thank you for your time. See y'all soon. Peace.
All right, folks. Super duty tough work. We here. Talking about why you should never get comfortable. We running them down. We on number 4. Reason why you should never get comfortable. And the number 4 reason why you should never get comfortable and how to stay uncomfortable is to have a growth mindset. There are people who go through life and they kind of have a fixed mindset, which we referred to earlier, which is I learn something now. I get in shape now. I achieve something now. And that achievement is what I coast on for the rest of my life. I will have learned enough. I'll have experienced enough. And I'm good. I know what I need to know and I can exist. That is in stark contrast to the growth mindset, which says I'm a work in progress.
Right.
I'm always growing. I'm always trying to learn new things and integrate them into what I do. And as such, I'm never satisfied with knowing just one set of things.
Yeah.
Now, this is important because the people with the fixed mindset are comfortable than a motherfucker.
Yeah, there's whole books and like courses on growth mindset and like the whole philosophy of it.
Yeah.
It's really fresh. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But then you got the people who have a growth mindset, whether it's their business, whether it's their relationships, whether it's their, their hobbies, their skills. They are always seeking to improve themselves. And those are the people who end up having the sustained success because they don't have these long periods of inactivity where they were just satisfied, chilling, watching, Netflix series for 8 months, a year on end, doing nothing to contribute to their growth.
Right.
They might do it for a second, be like, oh, no, wait a minute. This ain't really helping me grow. Let me get back on my shit. And so having a growth mindset is super important because it prevents you from getting too comfortable.
Yeah, you always got to consider yourself a work in progress. You're always a work in progress. Every day, how can I be better than I was yesterday?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What can I do to improve my skill in this area? What new do I want to learn?
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is there something that I've always looked at, that I want to try to get proficient in? You know what I'm saying? Do I want to pick up a camera? Do I want to, start producing? Do I want to start painting? Do I want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so, like with you, like sewing, like there's always something else, that we want to try to accomplish, even if it's outside of our normal purview of art or, what we do on an everyday basis. We're always looking to improve ourselves in some way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what's important. That's part of not getting comfortable.
Yeah, man. And it'll keep you rewarded. I mean, as a dude who did a lot of drinking in his life, I can say that a lot of it had to do with this feeling of boredom I had started to get. I started to feel just like unchallenged. It was just a deep feeling of being uninspired, like a apathy. Like I've done it, I've seen it, What is there to even get excited about? So let me go kill some time and get drunk and try to find something exciting outside of myself. And
Right.
so that led to a lot of heavy drinking, that feeling of boredom. But what I realized over time was that a lot of it had to do with me not being challenged enough.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know how much I needed to challenge myself at the time.
Right.
I thought maybe I could do what everybody else is doing. Yeah. Hey, you a rap, just make rap records. That'll keep you challenged.
Yeah. And drinking probably gave you an excuse, you know what I'm saying, to not challenge yourself. It was like, okay, you know, like I'll just go out. I'll deal with it another time. You know what I'm saying? I'll challenge myself tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. You're procrastinating.
Yeah, procrastinating.
Yeah. And you know, and that ends up, like you're saying, being a challenge in of itself. So you delay what you're supposed to be doing until the last possible moment. You've been partying and kicking it. And then now, because it's urgent, you put it together. And that's the only way you can find a challenge.
Right.
Was by delaying this thing until the last possible fucking moment. And you shouldn't even have been doing that. You should have been on it from the jump, you know?
Right.
But that's what drinking was doing. It was giving me this, I had this apathetic feeling, but it was because I didn't know how much of a growth mindset I needed to be. I didn't know that for me to feel challenged, I need to be learning how to write and looking at writing books. And I need to look at a camera and pick up a camera and start working on videos and film. Or you go from that, and like you're saying, I need to, so that looks dope. Let me fuck with that and see what I can learn there and make a damn dress shirt. And all of those things are things that 10 years ago, I didn't know I needed. I just thought rap was enough.
Right.
But eventually I found out rap is not enough, man. Rap is not enough for me. And I think some people have to feel like they have to realize that whatever they're doing is not enough for them. And that's why they are unchallenged, you know?
Right.
And they can take on a growth mindset. So that's number 4. Number 5 way to stay uncomfortable is don't make everything easy.
Yeah, do some shit that you have no idea. you just like you starting from scratch. You may not have any like ideas or pre-knowledge of what you're about to do.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm going to go into this and I'm going to learn and I'm going to figure this shit out. You know?
That's true.
That'll challenge you. That'll keep you going.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you did with streaming.
Yeah, straight up.
You didn't really know nothing about it.
All right.
You just was like, it looks like a challenge. It's going to cost me a couple dollars. I'm going to have to upgrade some things.
Yeah.
My Wi-Fi going to be this. But it was challenging enough to where it wasn't easy for you.
Right.
You know? I think some people, they make everything so fucking easy that it gets comfortable so easy.
Right.
Like you always take the path of least resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, you're knocking off these little goals, but they're not deeply rewarding to you.
And unfortunately, taking the path of least resistance is human nature.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we don't necessarily want to put ourselves in positions where we have high risk. You know what I mean? We want to make sure that what we're attempting is achievable in some way. We don't want to go into something and say, I might not get this shit done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm going to go in and see what happens.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That goes against everything in our human nature. But sometimes you got to work against nature in order to keep yourself challenged and occupied and continue to grow.
It's true. Yeah, that's like kind of why I've been on the whole when I was like, I'm just going to try to finish this next book without even taking a break. Because I knew that it wasn't going to be easy.
Right.
I was like, this is not what anybody would do. I could sit back and promote that book, that same book again and again and keep going. And it's still got plenty of legs on it. And nothing's wrong with that. I could rest on my laurels, but it's like, that's going to lead me to being lazy.
Yeah, that's the easy way
It's
out.
the easy way out. And that's like you're saying, if it's human nature, it's the easy way out. We're hardwired to want things to get more and more comfortable every year.
Right.
And so some of the reason we don't achieve what we want to achieve is because we actually follow that. Of course. And ain't nothing wrong with that. If you want to be just comfortable, get comfortable. You know, This podcast is for people who maybe feel like they don't have everything that they want. Maybe they want a better understanding. Maybe it helps them achieve something higher in their art, in their family, in their relationships, and whatever. You know, we want to speak to that part of you. And so, like, don't beat yourself up for achieving easy goals, but just understand that to truly, truly avoid like this lethargic, apathetic, lazy, comfortable thing that is coming for all of us, you got to make some shit hard sometimes.
Exactly.
So that's number 5. Okay, let's talk about number 6. Way to stay uncomfortable is to make your intentions public.
Then you held accountable. That's this whole podcast is that for me. You know what I'm saying? Like all the shit we talk about, it's like, damn, now I gotta execute on that.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking about it. I'm giving my opinion and people are expecting, you know, us to actually put into action the shit we talk about on this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's lit a fire under my ass for the last few years. Like, damn, now I gotta read these fucking books that's on this book list.
Right.
I now gotta own these motherfuckers. Yeah,
that's true, but it's dope, right? Because once you put it out there, you can't turn back. You can't. I think that's the beauty too of like the 90 days of discipline challenge. Like we're making it known, and we didn't finish everything that we said we was gonna do.
Right,
this time around, you know what I mean? There were some things we fell a little short on, but people knew what our intentions were, and for them, that made it real. Like, oh, they actually are human. They're actually going to be public about how this is going every week. And then at the end, we're going to talk about what they finished and what they didn't. And we made ourselves accountable to that.
Right.
I think the beauty of it too is like other people can be inspired by that. And so it's not just about you when you make it public. Yeah, it's about you, but there may be somebody who needs to know that that thing that you're saying you want to do can be done.
Right.
You say, hey man, I'm going to lose 10 pounds this year. There may be somebody who might need to lose 100 pounds, but they don't think losing 10 is possible.
Yeah, facts.
And when you make that public, you inspire them. You empower them to be like, yo, this is doable. This person did it and they were proud about it. Man, I think I can do that. Let me just start with 10. Let me not look at the 100 I need to lose.
Right.
How he did the 10, he made himself accountable and he talked about it and he's working hard. I think I can do that. I believe it because he's no different than me. He works hard. He's a human. He's got other commitments. He falls short sometimes. So let me just do that. But that cycle doesn't happen if you never make things public. You always keep your plans on some private, secret squirrel type shit. Like,
yeah, because then if you don't achieve them, it's like, whatever.
Yeah, no. How do you grow?
Right.
And if you don't make them public, how do you really celebrate them?
Right. Because nobody knew that was a goal. So you what you celebrating for?
Right.
What you celebrating?
Yeah. So it's weird, man. So like you have to do it. And I know some people, man, they don't want the pressure. But the pressure is good for you, man. It's good for you. So that's number 6. Okay. Yeah, we'll take a break and we'll be right back. Well, I got y'all here. I want to give you a quick reminder that my first 3 books have been repressed and are available again on waitlist.net. Book number 1, Word is Blog, Volume 1. This book is a collection of some of my best blogs and writings online, assembled into book form. Second book is Adventures in Counterculture, The Making of Adventures in Counterculture. This book is about my 2011 album titled Adventures in Counterculture. This book talks about the 4-year period that it took me to make that album, the personal and artistic changes that it took. If you're into some artistic reading, this is for you. And then the third book, which is available again, is What a Night, a book about the worst shows of my career. This book is, as it says, it's a book about the worst shows of my career, but it's actually a pretty funny book. Some stories in here are just tragic or bugged out, but overall, this book will have you cracking up. So if you need some light reading, something that will just make you laugh, and if you've ever wondered what happens on the road with artists, pick up this book. All 3 are available, $10 each. However, you can get all 3 of them for just $25 right now. If you want them signed, please put some instructions in the special instructions box and ask me to sign them, and I'll get them signed before I get them out to you. And I think they might have a checkbox for all 3 that allows you to get them signed. So that's it for now. Back to the show. Yeah.
Back.
Super duty tough work. Blueprint. Illogic. The most infamous podcast on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Hopefully you are getting something out of this episode.
Yeah, hopefully you ain't too comfortable.
Yeah, get uncomfortable. Get up out your seat. Do something while you listening to this episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whatever it is you do, you make beats. Put this on while you making some beats. You know what I mean? Get active. do something.
Yeah.
You know. And because it's certainly inspiring me to get out of my slump, my productivity slump that I'm in right now the last 2 weeks. And so we got 2 more left on this episode about how to stay uncomfortable, why you should never get uncomfortable. And number 7 technique to stay uncomfortable is to raise the stakes.
Yeah, put that pressure on yourself.
Come on, as they say, put it on the wood. You know what I mean? You know, put your money up. Sometimes you got to raise the stakes. You know, there was a conversation I think we had at some point about like gear we've bought. And I think we both kind of admitted that we had certain pieces of gear we bought, and they might have been considered expensive at the time. But part of the reason we bought them was because it pressured us into using and learning them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you get that new camera, you drop a G on that. You ain't trying to see that they're collecting dust in the corner.
Right. That's a G sitting there.
I could be doing
depreciating.
Yeah, depreciating, not appreciating. You know, worth less and less every year.
Right.
You know, you got to raise the stakes. You got something you want to learn. I totally get why some people take classes and, you know, or do certain things that might be expensive to someone else. Man, I can't believe you paid that much to learn that skill. Man, I can't believe you did that much to go here and do that. Well, the reason they did it is not just to, you know what I'm saying? They spent the money, but the money makes them accountable.
Right.
They raised the stakes to where, like, because you spent so much more, you're more likely to be committed to it.
Right.
It's no different than when we look at like the relationship between fans who buy music and fans who don't, and how each of them treat music.
Right.
I admit it myself. Sometimes the streaming thing doesn't allow me to connect as deeply with music as I used to.
Because it's disposable.
Yeah, I didn't pay for
it's
that.
Not, no investment. You don't have no investment.
Yeah, I just paid for the platform.
Right.
Their album just happens to be on there. I listen to it, but am I gonna really listen to it?
Yeah.
Not if I didn't invest in it like that.
Yeah, because it's crazy. I wonder how many people, like back in the day, a new album came out. You listen to that album over and over and over again after you purchased it.
Months.
You learn the words to that album. How many people know the words to their favorite album today?
Yeah, it's got to be lower. It's got
to be low.
Because there's so much more music. It's so much more disposable because and the entry point is so low. You don't got to really invest in it to listen to it. So like you're saying, you paid for that album back in the day. You got somebody to take you to the store, or you went to the store, searched through the aisles, picked it up out of dozens of other albums you might have been thinking about, took it home and listened to it. Invested your money and time into just obtaining the music. The music just wasn't on your porch when you woke up. That's how streaming is. It's like you wake up and it's just 20 albums in your inbox that you
right.
You know what I mean? Mailbox. Oh, I didn't even go get these. They just dropped these off here. I didn't have to do nothing.
Yeah,
different.
I used to have to schedule time. Like I would let my mom know on Tuesdays after school I was catching a bus down to the mall because that's when new music was released. So you know what I'm saying? Like every Tuesday when I knew something was coming out that I wanted, I make sure I let my mom know I may not be home when you get home from work. Yeah, because I'm going to the mall to pick up some new music. Like, and that was and I lived way up north. You know what I'm saying? So it's an hour, 20-minute bus ride down to the mall. You know what I mean? To go get some new shit. Like that was an investment, and that's what I listened to for the next, couple months.
Yeah. It's the same thing, with your career and what you do, your art, your passion, whatever. Like sometimes there's gonna be a free option. Always, there's always a free way to do it, a cheap way to hop in. An app you can do it on that's cheap and has no investment really. That will always be there. But the question is, how far has that taken you? And does that inspire you to the same level as you would be inspired if you put up real money?
Yeah, because, I was thinking about this when we were talking about the Bandcamp vinyl thing.
Yeah.
And if you go that route, they take care of everything. So you don't have vinyl sitting in your crib that you got to move.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have that merch isn't in your face, so you're less likely to be motivated to move it. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't necessarily have to worry about the logistics of it.
Yeah.
You know, so is that going to change how motivated people are to move their music? Because you really don't, there's no overhead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They take care of everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't really have that.
Yeah, that I could see how that could breed like that little laziness thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where artists are now saying, well, look, I ain't got to put no money up. And vinyl is the most expensive configuration now. You telling me I can go through this whole process. I have no risk. I have no stakes in this. It's if it wins and if it don't, then you know I don't lose money.
Right.
That I'm not quite sure that's gonna inspire people to go as hard as they would. Like you're saying, ain't nothing like looking at 1,000 pieces of vinyl in your basement. Unsold.
Right. Like I gotta get this shit. Yeah, I gotta get this shit out.
You ordered 1,000. You got 962 of them. Like, damn, it's been a month. I need to do something.
Yeah.
My wife is gonna kill me.
Right. Taking all this space up.
Yeah, this is the kids' playroom. You know what I mean? It's this vinyl from floor to ceiling that I haven't sold. I need to get on my hustle. Let me get on top of my social media game.
Right.
Let me learn some other skills that will allow me to move this thing. And yeah, like if you don't have no investment, it's gonna be real hard to not get comfortable. A dude will sit there ordering some vinyl that somebody else paid for.
Right.
He's like this.
Yeah.
His feet is up. He's chilling. Like, hey, y'all
see if this move.
Y'all make that money yet? Have
y'all make that back?
Have y'all sold that vinyl yet?
Right.
He on the other side of the room just chilling like the supervisor.
Right.
Like they not his records.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all didn't recoup yet? Everything is y'all, you know. But you raise the stakes. Invest more in what you do, and your effort will raise as well. That's number 7. Last joint. Last bullet point of the night. And how to stay uncomfortable is set a return date. By return date, I mean like you can and you should take breaks. We talk about it on here. We create in bursts. We take breaks. And we're not part of the whole team no sleep, you know, thing where people be like, I don't sleep for 3 hours a night and I hustle, baby. I get it. That shit is fine.
I get in those moments, but it's not a consistent thing.
Nah, a couple weeks of that is all I can do and all my body can take of just like going to sleep at 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. Right. And I do it like you're saying, but it's when things are really urgent. But otherwise, it's like work, make sure you take a break. But the reason some people get too comfortable is they take the break, but they never set the return date.
Right.
You got to set a date when you plan on coming back to your full level of productivity. So then it's like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna do nothing for 2 weeks. But on that date, business as usual.
Yeah, back in the mode.
Yep. And you got to do that, or you'll get so fucking comfortable. And don't let nobody else set no date for you. Set your own fucking date. You know when you need to be working. You know how much work you got to put in to achieve your fucking dreams. And don't let nobody else tell you, yeah, you should just take a month or 2 off. Who cares? That's not their fucking passion.
Right.
They're not invested in that shit like you. So you go and you get your shit done. Take your break. Set a return date. Come back and get back to work.
Right.
So that's it.
That's it.
Let me read them back. Ways to stay uncomfortable for all you comfortable motherfuckers out there. Number 1, always have a secondary plan, secondary goal. Number 2, be appreciative but not satisfied. Number 3, hang around other hungry people. Number 4, have a growth mindset. Number 5, don't make everything easy. Number 6, make your intentions public. Number 7, raise the stakes. Number 8, set a return date. Number 9, I'm just playing with your mind. Nah, we don't have no number 9 this week. And, you know, we did 1 through 8, man. I hope that y'all got something out of this episode, and I hope that it inspires you to keep doing amazing work. And you know, fuck with your boys, and we'll see y'all next week.
I mean, work.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to Super Duty Tough Work. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Follow the podcast on SoundCloud. Peace.
Shoot, I got styles already that's more complex that nobody know about. I mean, super duty tough work.